What's up, guys? Dr. J Zhang here with you with Against the Grain and Zhang Nation. So there's a lot to talk about today, and I will start with the light stuff, the easygoing, fluffy, easy stuff such as sports. Let's start with Kentucky men's basketball. And Kentucky men, they just got a nice 93-85 win over Louisville in a rivalry week battle. They are number 4 in the nation right now. They're doing amazing. They are now 9-1. Pretty proud of the boys over there across in Lexington, down I-64 from me. The Kentucky women are also doing pretty good. They're number 16 in the nation, coming off a victory and in their own right over a pretty decent Big Ten, middle of the pack 5-5 Purdue women's team. And of course, Cincinnati, the Bearcats with an amazing win over Xavier. It was 68-65 for the final, and yes, it was only a 3-point victory, and yes, it's only our second win in the last 6 years over them. But let me tell you how freaking good it feels to finally have bragging rights over the city again. We needed it very, very badly. We're not out of the woods yet. We have a very good nationally ranked number 22 Dayton team that we have to get past. Dayton is easily the best team we've faced all year. They are the only ranked team we faced all year. We're number 19 currently in the nation, and Dayton is number 22 in the nation. And it's going to be a battle. I love my Bearcats. I love my Flyers, too. I live down here in Ashland right now, and I just went home to the Dayton and Cincinnati area last week, and it felt so good to drive around Dayton and dip into the northern part of Cincinnati for a minute. Loved it. Anyway, this is going to be by far the hardest team we faced all year. And if we can get past them, then that means we own the region because we beat Ohio State. Don't care if it was a scrimmage or not, we beat them. We beat Northern Kentucky. We beat Xavier. And now all we have to do is survive. I say all we have to do is survive, Dayton. But let me tell you, it's not going to be an easy task. I will be wearing my Cincinnati hat, and I will be wearing my Dayton shirt on that day. But we owe Dayton one because they beat us last year. All right. Now let me get on to religion for a moment. Of course, religion's my thing, along with psychology and my honorary doctorate in divinity and all that good stuff. I want to talk about a religion called Tenrikyo. Has anybody heard of Tenrikyo? I never heard of that at all in my entire life, but as I was digging deeper and diving into spiritual things, which is what I'm supposed to do as a D-Div, I came across this Tenrikyo religion created in the 19th century by a Japanese lady named Miki Nakayama. This religion is monotheistic, and their god is named Tenri o Mikoto, and to worship this god, you have to cultivate world happiness. They call it the joyous life through charitable acts and kindness towards others. Followers of this religion hold God to be entirely benevolent, and completely benevolent creator, and this God allows reincarnation, but encourages the happiness of mankind during their current mortal life instead of just reincarnation. The followers of this path often give to orphanages and participate in things like disaster relief programs, hospitals, stuff like that, schools. Music is a very, very important thing to these guys, and they play a lot of music in their worship services. They hold tenays of Christian and Buddhist beliefs and kind of mix them into one, and it's a pretty cool thing. They seem to be pretty big with about 2 million followers, although mostly in Japan. So there's a little tidbit of religious spirituality for you. And now let's get into something insane. Everybody's been talking about it. It's a crazy, fear-provoking sensation. The drones. What's going on with these drones? Conspiracy theories all over the place. I'm somewhat of a conspiracy theorist in my own right. And you'd expect that from a guy who calls his show Against the Grain. But anyway, I do not believe that my theory is far off. I do not believe it's aliens from other worlds. And I do not believe that it is other countries posing a threat to us. I do believe that they are American craft. And I say this because all of their lighting and their blinking of their lights and all of their mannerisms are following that of the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA's guidelines and rules. Why would Russia or Ukraine or China come over here with, all of these drones that are set to follow the lighting and blinkings and guidelines and regulations that our administration for this country are set to follow? Think about it. Donald Trump hinted that the government knows something, and they're not telling us. And he said they should just tell us. He hinted at something going on in Bedminster, and he's not been sworn in again as president yet, so he's not really at liberty to talk as much as we might want him to. Give him a break. He's also part of the government, so he's got to. But he's the most transparent at this point of the game. He hinted toward Bedminster. He hinted toward they know something. But he's not saying all that. Dayton, Ohio. They've been flying stuff over there by the Air Force Base. There's a centrifuge uranium enrichment plant in Pike County, not too far away from me. So all of these things that they are doing when they're flying around are of military interest. And I'm surprised out here that none of these damn hillbillies out here in the country shot one of them things down yet. They don't care about your federal laws if it's illegal to do, if you're infringing on our federally guaranteed freedoms. But anyway, I feel that the military is beefing up things. They're protecting us. That's why they're going over our air bases and enrichment plants and places of interest to the military like that, because they know that something could potentially go down. And I feel like they're not saying nothing, because if they sit here and be transparent over the news and spill the beans and start talking, telling us everything, people in other countries are naturally going to watch our news, and they're going to hear us on the internet and on the news spilling our beans about what we're doing. And that, in my opinion, would be more of a security threat than it would be if all of us just calm down just for a little bit. It's hard to trust the process. It's the government. But if we just remain cool about this lack of transparency right now, it's probably because of a major project that they're undertaking in the military right now. So no bean spilling yet, or else we might be screwed. The $100 bullcrap you get at Walmart? No. All of these things, even the $100 crap you get at Walmart, all these drones have something called an RFID chip in it. So we can trace stuff. We can trace where it goes, where it lands, what garage you go into, or what house it goes into. The government knows how to trace stuff. They know what's going on, and they're not saying anything. They can trace our Walmart ones. They can trace this crap up here. They're, like I said, they're not saying anything because it'd be a bigger security risk. That's my take on it. Am I right? Who knows? I feel like it's a pretty intelligible take. It's not too far out. You can do what you want with that. Keep in mind that the Ocean County, New Jersey Sheriff's Department launched their own professional-grade big-ass drone into the sky to chase after one of these aircrafts, these crazy things, whatever's up there. And that thing up there is so advanced that it scrambled, turned its lights off, disappeared, left detection from anything, and just went completely blank and invisible to a sheriff-grade professional drone. If it's sophisticated enough to scramble away from the police, I mean, it has to be pretty up there, military grade or something. There's only a handful of countries out here that could really possess technology capabilities like this. And of course, America, China, Japan, a couple in Europe maybe, and maybe Russia or something. But most of the ones that I just mentioned, other than China and Russia, we're allies with anyway. So, I mean, nothing to worry about there, we hope. But if we already allowed Chinese spy balloons to fly around the place all year and do whatever the hell they wanted. So I can understand the concern. But in this situation, I'm not going to be so concerned. And I would hope that this helps to calm listeners of me down right now. Hope to calm you guys down a little bit, because I think my theory holds a little water. Anyway, that's it for now. I really don't have too much else. I just wanted to tap into all that. Before I go, prayers to everyone involved and affected, hurt by the events of the mass shooting, the school, the East Coast over here. It's terrible. Terrible. And my heart hurts for these people that were affected and the lives that were lost. And other than that, I bid everybody adieu. I'll post again soon. Everybody, you know the drill. Take care. Stay safe. And God bless.